Today we had a meeting earlier, me and Linda and Bethany and Andy DeForge
from the state.
Just to discuss this rail trail grant, and we end up signed today with REAC. So we got the first easement out of the way. We got a game plan to readjust the trail on the far end. Remember we had talked about over by Roberts. Bethany's gonna set up a meeting for that. What else did we do, Linda? We crossed out one. We're gonna redesign the trail to eliminate one easement.
The gas easement, because it's what?
It's like a little triangle on that far end.
So that took care of one. That was good.
That eliminates one.
Did you go over to John's after?
Yep, we went. We got some better contact information for them. Rosaire is ready to sign.
Did you talk to him or anything?
We didn't. Well, she did.
She did.
Yeah.
Today?
No, I don't know about today, but today she said she had talked to him, and we just need to get the easement from the lawyer.
Right.
So she made a phone call while we were here to get that.
Have they drafted the easements up for different people already?
They've been done for a long time.
Yeah, they're just making adjustments to them, and then like the first step is, are they going to donate the easement, and then if no, then it just, that wording needs to be changed, that they're going to be paid.
Andy, tell us we can extend the length of this, so we're not going to have to pay it back right now.
Yeah, they seem to be flexible and willing to.
I felt we did a lot today. I felt there was a lot of progress made today.
So it wasn't a big deal to extend the time period?
They extended it 20 years.
I was going to say, I can't believe it's gone on so long.
Why not a couple hundred?
Yeah.
No, and he even said that he would be willing to adjust if like we run into somebody says, no, we don't want to give you an easement. Well, can we still do this project? Like we basically need to start at a public place and end at a public place. Right. So as long as we got access to get to like a sidewalk or any town road,
perfect.
Then so
he also said, which he'd said before, if they say no and we need it, we got what, 120 days?
Yeah.
We'll take it.
So if someone's giving us a hard time about the easement,
Well, if you have one or two, you can take it like eminent domain. You mean
yes.
Yeah, I mean, if we need it.
Value.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we will give them the amount of money that was allotted for their, but.
So the couple of people that we've been having a hard time with, he said that I wouldn't be that concerned about it. He said, go ahead and get all the ones that you can get, put them last. And
well, when they see you've got all of them, but
right,
the chances are they're going to follow suit
anyway. Did it.
They might give it.
Right.
Might give in after a while.
right.
yeah,
And
well, if they don't
we can
give
take
in,
it.
you can take them to court, and he said pretty much you
He's
win.
working on one now in
Eminent
Albert or
domain
something.
would
He had another name
basically
for it.
take it.
Started with
He called it something else, but it is eminent domain, but he called it something else. Yeah, I've got it in my notes. I didn't bring my notes. But by the way, I gave you all, I did the minutes for that meeting.
I already read them.
But again, we're not gonna vote on them because there are only two of us there. So it's gonna be the same as before. It's gonna go in my file and stay there, but I posted them on the board and I sent them to Andy and I sent them to you guys.
Yep,
So.
yep.
So I think do you have anything else to add for that?
No, I just felt like we got a lot done and I was glad Andy DeForge came because he's the actual kingpin here because he works for B-Trans, so.
Well, I'm glad they extended it, because I thought, I was kind of under the impression if we didn't do something this year, we're gonna have to pay back.
You
like-
got that impression from people who were probably extraneous people that weren't people.
Well, I thought I heard it here from Bethany or somebody.
And it wasn't. I think you heard it from Darlene.
I think he likes to see
Progress.
progress.
Done, yeah.
Well,
If he knows that we're making progress
Right.
and we're talking about it and working on it. Like he said, it's the hardest part of any grant is getting the
We know
easements.
that.
And then once
Yeah,
you
you
get
know
that,
I'm finding that out.
Josh, can you turn the TV?
Your door.
On the side.
Beyond.
Door's still locked anyway, isn't it?
No, it's
No,
not
no,
locked.
I
I didn't
locked it.
realize it was still locked.
Oh.
I don't know.
I used
Yeah.
my key and then Linda came down. I'm like, oh, it's unlocked. And I don't
It
know if
wasn't
she
either.
didn't hear what I said, but she
The
said, yeah.
frost.
And then I locked
It's
it.
on now, people.
Can you sign up here?
Sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're good with that, right?
I
was
think
happy
so.
with everything today.
Yeah. I was very.
Darlene was happy.
They signed, they went right over to the bank, got it
Yeah, we-
notarized
Nice.
during the meeting,
Me
so.
and her
Yep,
went
I
over,
read
got it
that, yeah.
notarized, and then I think there's a letter that
Real.
goes out, and then the check within a week.
Yeah, well, we have to approve, they'll get back to us, and we have to approve it, and then the check can go out.
Yep.
Probably our next meeting. Or he
Okay.
can put it, maybe we could put it in the bills.
Yep. Okay, so amend and approve minutes from 8/5/19 meeting. Anybody got anything on that? Any spelling mistakes?
You stop staying at spelling mistakes. Is that your favorite?
How about grammar?
Yeah, try and find something. Anybody?
I already read it, I didn't find
Oh.
anything,
I'm good with it.
but I'm not very good at
I'll
spelling.
make a motion
so.
to accept them.
Somebody wanna second it?
I'll
Yeah, let
second.
me, no, let me.
Okay.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye. You do it once, because you guys get to criticize me.
Okay, I got a couple quick things. There we go. The mobile home park, they want to change the name of it to Pine Haven Estates. And I'm not really sure. It has something to do with the 911 addresses here.
Who's asking you to change it?
Should be the owners.
No,
Kim?
Just
What's
a
it
minute.
called
Kim.
right now?
Kim.
So Kim's the one, oh, so she already knows this.
Yeah, she
Okay.
gave me all the paperwork today.
Okay.
It's something to do with the 911 addresses
Then
and,
she must know that it's legal, right?
yep, she's
Okay.
making it legal.
Okay.
And
Yeah, she's got me getting contact information for signs, so they can.
yeah,
have access to
they
signs.
have, if they change the name, they have to change the signs and the road signs. And they have to pay for it. We'll change them, but they have to buy the signs.
Do we have to warn this? Or
I
no?
don't believe so. She didn't tell me
So
we
we
did.
can just-
She just said we needed to vote and approve the
It
name.
just sounds weird that we don't have to put up in case some of the people in there say they don't want it.
They presently don't have signs anyway, do they?
No, right now it's 215 on my side, 234 on the other side, and there's 3 driveways technically.
Mm-hmm.
234 starts from the fuel tank and goes to the last driveway. 215 is the driveway on my side.
What about road signs like Pine Haven Estate?
You wouldn't have to do that, you could just do.
Is there one now, is what I'm asking?
Right now, the sign on the property says Richford Villa, I think is the name of it.
Villa.
That's the
From a
name of
villa
the
to an
trailer
estate.
park.
In front of the old house there?
Yes.
Yeah, that
That's
was the
She
Villa.
said they're gonna coordinate it like an A, B, C.
Right.
Right.
A is gonna be 215 side, then there'd be B on the 234 side, and the driveway would be C on the 234 side. And the houses that actually access Troy Street, the trailers that access Troy Street,
Yeah,
are gonna be Troy Street numbers.
okay.
She
Okay.
laid it all out.
I'm just surprised we don't have to warn it.
We can ask her.
I would think, because I
Did
think
you
when they
have to-
changed Digger Lane, they had to warn it.
Did you have to do anything when they did the Corliss Road last year?
What did they change it
They
to?
changed all the numbers on the Corliss Road
Not,
last
no, I'm
year?
not talking about the numbers.
The name of the
Numbers,
street.
numbers she can change. I'm talking about the name, like Pine Haven Estate.
Oh,
That's what I'm
What
surprised.
What is
That's
it
the
called right
owner-
now?
That's the owner picked
Villa.
that name.
I think it's just,
I know, but that doesn't matter.
Richford Villa.
I think he can name it whatever he wants.
Well, they had to
okay.
warn,
It's
I
not
think,
town.
Diggers
It's
Lane, they
there.
had to do
Yeah,
something
but
with.
that's a town street,
Okay, all
village
right.
street.
And these are all private drives.
Just
Right.
Yeah.
pointing it out, okay.
Driver
I
driver.
would think that would be the difference.
Then why are they asking us?
Well, no, they're changing it for 911
Well, that's true, because she wants
reasons.
us to
Yeah,
name
why
the
is she
road
asking
that
us
we're
if we
on.
don't have to, if it's
Because I
something?
guess we're gonna put the signs in, right?
Well,
No.
that doesn't, no, they have to do the signs, he just.
So I think so
They
I
have
talked to
to-
her today about it, and we were talking about this, she brought it to my attention. She's basically looking for your approval on it all so she can take the next step.
Well,
She needs
that's what I'm
to
saying, if
change
we have to
numbering.
approve
Right.
it, obviously.
I
she
don't
has
know
more
if we
shit.
have to warn it, but I know we have to
Okay.
approve it, and then I guess we can find out from there. I mean, she
Okay.
said that it's whoever the guy is who coordinates the 911,
Right,
that's why she's doing it, and then the next one she's doing, when she gets that done, he asked for the Coons Road to be done, Cause the numbers are all wrong
Yeah, the
on
numbers,
those
I
houses.
know she has
So
jurisdiction.
she's gonna do that one next.
You don't plow this either.
No.
No. it's
That's
private.
why I don't know
Us.
why we have, I don't know, okay. So,
I think it's for 911 reasons, is why she's involved in changing that.
right, it's
So
the,
we put
it's
it-
the name I'm
Put
worried
to a
about.
vote.
Can we make a motion to approve? Make a motion to approve, the name change to Pine Haven Estates. That work?
And the plan she has for 911 addresses.
Yeah.
Well, that, we don't have any, we've already voted her as the,
She has just
no all
the-
for
just
that, we
the
did
name of
that
it.
already.
I make a motion to accept it as Pine Haven Estates for the name change.
Jack, second?
All those in favor say aye. So then, again, she told me that, just be aware, the next one she's doing is Coons Road. So there's only 3 houses on it, so that one's not a big deal, but
That is not our road either.
it is.
Oh, but she's not changing the name of it.
Not changing the
So you
name,
don't,
just
you're
the
mistaking me, the
numbers.
only thing I care about is the name, not the numbers. Yeah.
Right, the numbers she can change over herself
That's no, that's
without our
her thing.
approval.
It's not gonna be 99 Coons Road.
No.
Change your address.
Every 6 feet supposed to be one number.
5.28 exactly.
Yeah, well-
So at 1,000, you're at a mile. That's what it is, comes down
Yeah.
to.
That's why our land has to have 2 different,
Yeah,
there's 2 different roads,
driveways.
driveways in. Same property, but 2 different driveways.
This is just a notice from Alan. I think we all got it in our box today.
About the
For the
purging the
checklist.
checklist, yep,
Yep.
I was gonna bring that up
Yeah,
too.
I got that last
Okay.
week, yeah.
So everyone got that. He
Back
said
there.
we have to attend it.
There's a lot of them that could be
August
changed or pulled.
27th.
I just went through quickly and I saw a pile of them that,
That were, well, when they die, he does get notification, but we still need to take
a
them
lot of them
off.
have moved away.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the 27th of August, we're purging the checklist if anybody's interested.
Yeah, but he said we have to come. That's all I got.
Now, what time was that? I have the paper.
6
It
p.m.
is 6 p.m. on the
6 p.m.
27th.
I didn't look at the time. Purging checklist. Then it takes a couple years to get some of them off if they don't wanna get off. 2 general elections. The Attorney General's gonna be here tomorrow from 4 to 5:30. Some kind of housing meeting, okay.
Something to do with lead paint.
Oh,
I don't think the Attorney General's coming, is he, or is it just some of his office?
his office
Yeah.
called and booked the room. They booked it for last week and then they changed it for this tomorrow.
Okay, Scott, water and sewer?
Not a whole lot with water and sewer, I guess. They got in their Vale Avenue torn up. They're doing their 499 feet of new water line. They probably got it just about half done by the looks now. Things are going pretty decent. They've gone through most of the toughest part with the connection down at where it goes to the playground. They still haven't hooked it up, but getting through the maze of pipe, sewer lines, water lines, and getting through everything. They're getting up above the intersection now, so it should go a little faster. Things are progressing there. It's gonna be a lot of blacktop patching back.
We'll have to repave that whole road.
Yeah,
Somebody asked me too, are you gonna pave where you were just now, was it Province Street? Is that gonna be repaved?
Golden Street, they should have enough. That's just a base coat.
Oh, so you're gonna do
We're
it.
having trouble getting a paver. Pike is saying
Really?
October if they get here, so they're way behind.
I'm
I
sure.
didn't get any response from anybody else that I called. Called, I guess 4 other people, 4 other companies. Everybody's booked, seems
Yeah,
like.
I'm
this
sure
year.
at this point, yeah.
Well, I called early, I started this spring and it just,
Yeah, everybody's pre-booked.
everything was booked pretty much. As far as sewer, I guess everything's going good. I don't have a whole lot to report on that. Sherry was just telling me about maybe a possible fire hydrant leak or a service leak up on Harlem Street that we gotta check out. I wasn't aware of till just tonight. Have to check it out tomorrow probably. Daryl hasn't already. I'd rather find them now than this winter.
Yep.
Okay, Sherry?
Brickwork out back here is looking really good. They got most of this back wall all done now. They went around the corner. They started over here. It's looking really good. They ended up replacing most of this back sill because it was all rotted out. But these guys went up and did some nice drainage, and it actually looks really good back there. It's actually now down below the cement, so it's not going to be rotting out that whole area again. As far as the fire department, I actually have a couple of quotes. One is to fix all the windows. All of the caulking around all the windows is split. It's been a lot of years. Water's getting in, going behind the brick. That's what's causing the white in the brick. I only got one quote, and you're looking at $2,900.
2,900. That's not bad, is it?
It's not bad. It really needs to be done.
Yeah. Got money to do it this year?
I'm pulling it really tight right now because there's been a lot of unexpected, a couple $1,000s extra back here on that whole sill that was rotted out.
It has to be done.
Also, I have a quote in on, out of 3 different people that looked at it, I've got one quote. The other 2 said they couldn't, it wasn't anything they could do. For the stairs at the post office, the upper and lower
Only
and on
one
the side. I got one quote, 3 different people looked at it and said it's something they wouldn't get into.
Joe look at it.
Joe is the one that did the quote.
Well, you know
So-
what? He does a good job.
And the quote came in at 6,000 to have those, and I'm thinking that's a priority over anything because it's a safety
Yeah.
issue.
That's repair or replace?
That's repairing
Repair.
the upper, the lower stairs in front of the post office, and also the side stairs at the post office. And that will
Will he
probably
be
that'll work.
resurfaced?
Yes.
It'll be.
They gotta gouge out everything that's been put in over the years, get that all taken care of, and then refill in.
How long will that last for, you think?
I
We
don't know.
said 4 or 5 years, maybe
I'd say
6.
they use acrylic with polymers and everything in it now, and fancy cement, high-tech cement, I
Yep.
don't know. It's
Do
the
we get-
frost action that,
It's that's
you
what's
know, the
breaking
frost
it.
moves it, it's gonna crack, it's gonna be
Do
bad.
we get salt that's friendly to that kind of,
I think you
Is
can
there a
get
salt?
friendlier salt.
maybe we should look into that too.
Yeah.
We had some for sidewalk, but I don't know if it was any better, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So the back of the building, we're talking about it, might as well bring it up. The neighbor called me tonight and wanted to know why we took his firewood and his railroad tie that was back there.
I didn't know it was his firewood, and I didn't know it was his railroad
Well,
though.
we heard it was somebody else's firewood.
I didn't know whose it was.
was on our
All I know
property,
is
wasn't it?
His in the way, so
It's on
I,
our
That's what I
property.
wanted to ask.
Been there for
We-
years.
We talked about it this morning back there. I'm pretty sure our lot is at least the width of the building and it goes right up over the hill.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has
I think it's on our property.
some type of a right of way to use that portion to get into his garage. I'm not sure.
I think
but-
the right of way is just the driveway.
now how does he get into his garage though? Is his garage open on this side?
I think
Yeah.
I think he uses that behind there just to park a vehicle.
He does.
But I know, but he must have
A right of way
a
to
right
go
of way
around.
to go onto our property to get into that garage because it's impossible to get into that
Yeah.
garage without going
Right.
But the
behind
wood
building.
was over here.
It was right on
Yeah,
the back
I know.
corner.
It's
Right.
been there for years. And it's on our,
so
it's been on our
there
property
3 or
for
4,
years.
by the looks of it, it was all mushrooms
Well, I
and
know
Yeah,
who
funky.
we bought it
exactly.
from.
It was popple to begin with and stood on end in the dirt.
Right.
It's basically junk. If he wants it back, I guess we can bring it back.
But if we end up having to bring it back, I can go over and talk to him if you want tomorrow after I get out of work. And if he wants it back, we can bring it back, but he's gonna have to put it on his
His
property.
property.
Not on a right of way. If this is a
That
right of way, you
fire
can't
door
put
is
stuff on
there,
it.
and when he parks there and there's wood there, you wouldn't be able to get a wheelchair out of there if there was a fire.
Yeah, but I had just while we're on this topic, we talked about it, me and Scott this morning, we were out there. Has anyone ever thought of putting access to that upper level from our parking lot over here?
I mean, this fire escape, is that what you're talking
No,
about?
from our parking lot out back,
Yep.
Have steps should
To
be.
go down,
make
Oh, you could put
make
a
the
drive-
road,
you
make
could
the
put a drive
driveway
all
come in
around.
from our side to access that upper portion so that we don't have to
Can you
go
do
through
it?
his driveway.
Oh, it's doable.
That's
There
I
weird.
must
don't
be a
know where-
reason. We'll
We'd
just
have
ask
to-
the
Steep
listers.
hill.
We'd have to check the
Deed and the
deed
listers.
in the
Yeah.
land.
Wanna
It
do
wouldn't
that?
be bad, cause you could go in the other end of the parking lot and just come up around
And
right
we
through
the
there.
town owns the mowed portion on the back side of our parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
So you could go into that long to cut your road up into
Do you
there.
wanna-
There would be
Look
less
into it tomorrow?
problems getting access to that all the time, cause he's parked in this one ninety
Most of the
percent of the
time, yeah.
time.
So do you want me to talk to the lister tomorrow, or are you gonna do
You
it?
can
One of
find
us
out
do
where
it?
the land,
Okay.
you know, the property lines are, and
Well,
it's doable to put a
We
drive
have all
there.
the equipment to do it and the guys to run the excavator. I mean, I don't
True.
think it would take a lot of money.
A couple hours, you could have it all roughed in and
Okay.
just gravel it.
can we put, what do you call it, a driveway?
Yeah, it'd be a wraparound
For
driveway.
access to it.
Access behind building.
Now, the only thing is that the library may have issues with that because they consider that their parking lot.
Well, it's
and-
not their parking lot, those,
Right.
they can have all the
Yeah.
issues they want.
Right.
It's tan.
But they complained when there was
I know.
anything parked in that spot because it was taken away from their parking spots for the library and their customers that come in there. So if we put a driveway there, that's gonna eliminate all of that. Not that I'm trying to go against it because I think it's a great idea. I just wanna be the other side
Yeah.
of that
Well, they could
situation.
probably park in that driveway. See, and this one's parked in most of the
Well,
time.
this is
Yeah.
it. We could block it, we could just park somebody in there.
And I think generally his vehicle's parked where the wood was. I don't know. I mean, I have no clue.
Right right in front of that door.
If he owns it or if he has it, if it's in the deed that he has
Well, that's what
the
we need
right
to
to
find
use
out.
it.
The deed's in my desk, I can get it out.
I don't know anything about it.
I guess he was upset. He called me. He said, "Well, I'm not even." I said, "Well, why don't you come over to the meeting?" He said, "Well, I'm not even home from work yet." So it must be his wife or someone called him and told him that the chunks of wood in the railroad tie. He said the railroad tie was to keep him from backing over the bank when he backed up.
So he's been parking up here and using this back
Yeah.
behind our
Yeah, always
building.
Oh, it's always part. His rig's
always
always
part.
there, and I just assumed he had
We'll find
the
out.
but
rights
a-
to use it.
But a right of way is just for through action, right? It's not for staying, parking,
wouldn't-
staying there.
I don't think he has
that
a
was
right of
my
way here. I
understanding.
think the right of way is, we have a right of way to use that driveway.
I think you may have a right of way to get in that garage, just like he said. You
Right.
couldn't access the garage without
Unless you
going
backed
behind
into
the
there.
town hall to get in there.
A right of way is to be able to go through something, not
Right.
stay there and homestead. You know what I mean? Not to be able
All
to stay
depends
there
on how
parked.
it's written up in the deed.
So we need to find out.
We'll find it out, and we'll ask the listers because they,
I just thought
I didn't-
we were talking about it this morning. I was out there looking at it, and and Scott mentioned it. I said, "Yeah, I think it would probably be a smart idea." I mean,
Well, it's more access.
Yeah.
I know I usually have to wait till 9 o'clock or something before I go and see if he'll move his vehicle before he can get in there.
Yep.
would be nice, yeah. Well, we can look. We found today, we had a access that, remember when we got that deed? There's somebody we don't even have to have permission from on the rail trail because we already have it in their deed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I know.
okay. Anything else, Sherry? Are you good?
I'm basically talking with Joe about this as I'm gonna have him just start and go ahead with this as soon as he's done the project he's on, because I've already, like I said, I've talked to 3 different places and it's nothing that they
All
wanna
you have to
tackle.
do is ask. You don't have to get a
Right.
bid, you just have to ask 3 places. And if you can't get the bids.
Right,
nothing you can
exactly,
do.
so, and it needs to be done, so that I'm gonna go ahead with, I'm gonna try to find some money somewhere in my
Definitely
budget, I
trespassing.
wasn't planning on it.
Well, at the end, there may be money where
Yeah.
there's another budget.
But as far as the fire station, I do believe that is something that's necessary too, because it's gonna save a bunch more damage being done to the building.
Yeah.
So I'd like to tell Richie, yeah, so go ahead.
If you have the
Alright.
money
You're the
to
boss.
do it. If you don't have the money, just wait until next year.
Well, or, sometimes it sugars off at the end that,
Well, that's what I'm hoping, but I'm almost wondering if there's any type of, I know we don't wanna do a lot of insurance claims or anything like that, but
well, why don't
with
we
the extra
check?
couple of $1,000s worth of sill rot out here, I'm wondering if
That
I
was
could clear
neglect. That was neglect on our
That's
part.
neglect though, yeah.
There was dirt.
Same
on-
with those caulking the windows, that's neglect.
Neglect.
That's not maintaining your
Right.
building.
So
Right.
when I redo a budget for next year, there's gonna be a maintenance plan for all the buildings to be
Yeah, a little bit at a
inspected
time.
yearly. To be inspected yearly and to be windows caulked and need to be adjusted when
We
need
have to
be
keep our
brickwork done.
buildings
We have
looking
to,
good.
because
So,
There was
20,
dirt
30
above
years.
the
Yeah,
wall.
20,
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
that far up on the brick.
yeah, 20,
People don't
30
realize
years
that there's wood behind that brick.
yeah.
of neglect is not really that great.
That's really not waterproof,
It's
that brick
awful.
just soaks up water.
Well,
And,
You did a nice job fixing it though.
Laura's, I talked to Laura, she's a
Laura
good
who?
friend of mine, Ovid,
Oh.
and she's gonna review and go through, for that grant for a historic building with me. I'm gonna
Good.
go over and her and I are gonna sit down
What's the date on that? October?
October 7th. And I already talked to her, so we have an appointment on Thursday
Maybe
to
you can
meet
get a
together.
lot, well, that's not a historic building anymore, but this is certainly, and so is the post office.
They won't do anything that's already started. I know, so I said, but
Hold off on the steps.
they'll do windows, they won't, the steps I think is a maintenance thing, but they'll do windows, they'll do brickwork, roof, which all of those are issues at the post office. There's probably $40,000 or $50,000 worth
And
of
we
work down
haven't
there
started
too.
that.
We haven't
so
started any of
If we
it.
got it, we could put, if it's a matching, we could put it in
Yep.
our budget.
Yep. So
So that's the
it won't
historic,
be till January, February if we find out if we
Right.
got it or not anyway, so.
right, preservation, right, okay.
It's worth
Now I'm
checking
done.
into.
Actually, I said I'm done, but I'm not really. I'm gonna add one more thing. Generator at the fire station, the base of it is all rotting out. I got all the information and I'm gonna find out from the person, hopefully we bought it from, I'll talk to Alan, see where we got it from, see if there's any type of replacement, because that's where the tank is at the bottom and it's
How
on
old is
cement.
it? You know how old it is?
Don't have a clue, I was gonna talk to Alan and
Probably
get the
original.
information.
Probably put it in when they
When
built
they
the
put it-
building.
But it's all rotted across the bottom, and that being an emergency building and also a shelter, we really need to make sure, plus also, we don't want the gas tank to rot out and have gas running on our street because it's
Does
flat to
anyone
the
ever
ground.
start it, make sure it works? And-
I believe it started and it does work, yes.
It used to be a routine every, once a month it was started.
Who did it?
Arky used to do it.
Or-
Yeah, and I believe they're probably still staying up on it, but the rot is what we need to take care of, so
I
we
got
need
the
to get.
address and the phone number for the company that does the maintenance on it. Brookfield-
perfect.
Brookfield Services. I got it at work.
They ever
Okay,
come
if you
in
can
that
give me
one
that,
at
that'd be great.
elementary School,
Yeah, the one at the elementary, the one at the high school, and the 2 pump stations, and that one are all
Yeah.
serviced by them.
And I think this
I
needs to
think
be
they're
lifted up
ripping us
off the
off.
ground. Do you?
Yeah, bad.
I saw the quote for the one at the elementary, it was like, what,
They
6,000?
wanted six,
Yeah.
they wanted just to put $6,000 in that one. They said the injector pump's leaking, and there's only 200 hours on that generator.
Oh,
I've been and looked at it, Lance has looked at it, Kyle's looked at it at 3 different times, and we don't see the injector pump leaking.
but this came up before, because Till had the same agreement to
Concerns
you.
I think.
But
they're
there was a
standing.
reason we stayed, and I can't remember what it was. Because they
Oh, they say
brought
it's
this
gotta
up.
be inspected, and
It
they
has
won't
to be
inspect it.
inspected
They won't
because
I
inspect
said,
it.
what happens if we don't inspect it? Well, we notify the state. I says, then what does the
Then
state
what do they
do?
do?
it's because the money to buy them was
Came from
a
the state,
grant
that
from
was
the
it.
state,
Yeah,
and they,
yeah.
it's the stipulations
Yeah.
I can
that,
see doing general maintenance with
Yeah.
valves.
That was
hoses,
exactly
whatever.
it. It was
If
because
there's
of the
not a
money
leak,
from, yeah,
there's not a leak, you know?
yeah.
Right,
Was that
If it was a
exactly.
machine you were using every day, you wouldn't
Right.
change it if it didn't have trouble.
Whenever you accept money from the state,
You gotta follow their
you got
guidelines.
to, yeah, and it ends
Always
up
a
costing more.
stipulation.
it was a grant after 9/11 or
Yeah.
something for,
Yep,
Yeah.
that was why, because
Okay.
we talked about this before.
I will take that information now and I'll
Yeah. I
contact
got
them
it
and then I'm
at
gonna
work.
see if there's anybody else.
That state's a big ripoff.
I think this was federal,
But yeah,
that too.
so I think it
Right.
needs to be put on a cement slab too. It needs to be raised
Raise it,
above the
yeah.
ground level.
Right.
Because that's what the issue is, the salt and the sand, the salt and the water's rotting out the base of it.
Yeah, that
So I
right
don't know
there,
if that's
that,
something you guys could do or do.
I don't know, have to
isn't
look
it,
at
Slab.
isn't it on the parking lot?
It's underneath the roof of the back door going into the back of the ambulance station. And it's flat flush to the ground
Yeah, it's
on
really
the sidewalk
damp. The
right
sun
there.
never shines in there. It's damp and
Can
Yeah,
you,
it's some of the worst scenarios ever, salt.
And then we had to pipe the exhaust up and out because every time we fired it up, it filled the station.
Yeah, so it
It was
really,
in a bad
it-
location to put it.
yeah.
that whole building was
But
well
before-
designed.
They hired a really good architect for that.
I want to say his name again because he's done a few buildings around this
before it got
area.
that bad, they could have sanded it down and painted it. It wouldn't have
Yep.
rusted through like it is.
But it should have been lifted and put on some type of, and I think the state, doesn't the state have some guidelines that you can't have anything that's a tank sitting on the ground that possibly could leak into waterworks? Or
It
into the
doesn't,
ground
it
level?
should.
I'm like,
Think
I'm
if
pretty
it's
sure they
X amount of
do.
gallons, if it's gotta be over 1,000 or 1,500 gallon tank, I don't think that that's that big.
That's not that big at all. It's a little, it's,
Yeah.
the tank's
It's just
about
the
the
base.
size of the base.
yeah, but they're
Yeah.
even inspecting your 275 gallon oil tanks now.
Yeah, they are, cause in the store,
Yeah.
the store I used to own, I had to put it behind a cement wall this high, so if it sprung a leak, it wouldn't go into. And then I believe the new ordinances is the tanks for homes are supposed to be put on to raised above ground level.
Yeah, they inspect them before they fill them every couple, 3 years now. They inspect it.
It's a new law coming out, so,
Okay.
right.
Linda?
I You're gonna kill me.
Uh-oh.
I've been thinking, and I feel bad about something. You know, when we find that person $2,000, whenever anybody has complied, we've never done the whole amount. Just saying. And she did comply. She did clean it up.
Gotta start somewhere.
Cold-hearted.
Have you driven back up there and looked
Yeah,
at it?
it's cars. It's not junk anymore. There's about 6 cars in the yard. I don't know if they're registered or not, but anytime anybody's actually cooperated, we haven't done the whole, just saying. Other than that,
It took 2 years for her to clean it up.
I know, but you've been around long enough to know how many years some of them have taken and still are. I'm just saying, I just wanted you to know
I
that.
think that's just because we haven't enforced it and say, hey, you gotta clean it up. You're breaking.
Well, we've enforced some in the past and
Oh.
given them a break at the end. One of them right there in East Richford next to Kelly's. And anyway, just thought I'd get that off my chest.
I don't feel bad.
I know, I'm just.
I'm glad you do. I'm glad you haven't heard.
Well, you know how well I got along with that woman, so you know it's no love.
Yeah, you were her best friend. I think.
Fame doesn't go nowhere.
I'm the only one she said, I don't like you, you got an attitude. She was loving you guys. And I'm sticking up for her. Okay, that's it. Under the police, talk with Bose this week. We talked about some issues and took care of them. There's nothing I can go on about, but they are, doing some things. I haven't really got anything to report. Haven't had any.
About the new break-in in town.
That's not my business, though. That's not. Yeah, I know, but that's not our problem. That's too bad. But you think we don't have break-ins that often, and was that a no? Did they find out who did it already?
I haven't heard.
Because the state police were called on that one.
Yeah,
Because it
but
was,
the sheriffs are working on
Yeah,
it. Roger
yeah.
texted me and said that
I
they
don't know if the person that's been doing all the damage around town was in jail at the time or not, but maybe it was not him. I don't know. No, I didn't. Other than that, I didn't have any dog bites this week. I've got nothing, really.
Wow.
I know. I'm shocked that I don't have anything.
Still no radar sign, speed sign.
I sent another note. They promise you everything when they're
When they're sitting in
So
front of
Ben,
you.
Four
sitting in
months.
front of you, huh?
They're gonna bring it right when we
Yeah.
start plowing.
Yeah, need it then.
No, we don't need it then, is
Might
right.
as well give up.
I went through Montgomery again and
Pretty
saw
good
theirs, but I
service.
think theirs is owned by them, right? Because I didn't,
Montgomery is owned by.
I think it
yeah.
says their name on it,
Theirs.
yeah. I can call again. They know my name, they know my voice down there. It's like every day. She's, oh, nice to hear from you again. I can call again. I think I emailed him last time directly to him. Speed sign.
Well, we talked to that lieutenant.
Yeah, we talked to
that night
lieutenant.
right here.
Yep, we did. So I don't know if we're gonna get
I
one or
think that's
not.
what a lot of people's concerns is when they contact them, they don't always apply back
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah,
I
we
know
still
with
don't
my
have a-
store, and they never showed up that whole night, and it was
You give me
alarms
your
going off.
report,
I mean, I
monthly
went there and
report,
walked the whole store by myself in the
Yeah.
basement, up downstairs.
We haven't got the
around the
monthly
building.
reports, we haven't got the list
I
of
haven't got
who's
a
on duty.
monthly report in 2 months and no list of who's on
We
duty.
usually have a
and what
list
their
of who's
hours
on
are.
duty, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm thinking they're really dropping the ball, and I think somehow we need to get,
Well, they're dropping the ball on that part of it, but I think they're they're doing
right.
stuff. I talk to Bose almost every other day.
But now I know police officers have a whole lot of paperwork to do, and they can easily compile, they already got the paperwork.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it, they
He
have to
was
keep track
looking
of
to
everything.
make an arrest, and he had to get all these, he had it right there when I stopped, to be signed by people, like witnesses and stuff, but you have to find them, and then the guy was hiding on it,
Right,
so they just need to,
Then they arrest them and they send them down to court.
And the
judge
court
tells
sends them back,
Oh, you
yeah.
have a drug problem. We feel so sorry for you, and I guess it's okay you did what you did. And then they send them back.
Well, I forgot the state patient abuse program too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, they make money off
that's
it.
another whole subject,
Sorry.
okay, so my report's finished.
Okay. Y'all.
We got, Scott give me, the window road, maintenance policy there that we can adopt. But are you the one who typed this too?
Nope, I didn't make any mistakes.
I found a couple of them.
So, Scott handed it to me. Scott handed it to me. I didn't type it.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
It's just a starting point. If you got questions or
I do.
whatever, it's
I do
just,
too.
you know, it's subject to change. Just, we had to start somewhere, I think.
Right.
Well, I thought we'd vote on it tonight, and we're good, except this is what, on page,
2.
no, well,
Page
you got
one?
one on, the third page in, right before, or maybe 2, the rural mailbox replacement. Okay, if you go to the next page, I think you say here that, you can give them a notice or something, not in compliance, that they need to bring the mailbox into compliance. Should we print up some cards so that when the guys see that they're out of compliance, they can just open the mailbox and throw one in as a warning, like you need to get this mailbox into
Are they
compliance?
legally allowed to open the
Can't
mailbox?
legally put it in a mailbox.
Okay, then we'll put them on rubber band and hang them on them.
Or we can
That's
just.
what I did with my
mail it to
flyers,
'em.
huh?
We can just mail them a letter.
Or mail it with a stamp, yeah, then we can put it in the mailbox.
Yeah, legally you can't put
Okay.
anything in the mailbox.
But to
fix
notify them, and to
Yeah.
notify them what the rules are. 'Cause some people, I wouldn't know that I needed to have a Muse 7ST be made in writing. We must have it made in writing. Is that one you found?
Right,
Yes,
that's
okay.
one, that's one mistake.
Owner of the mailbox,
That's called a typo.
And then
well, it isn't when I do it.
Yeah, I got that one too.
you did.
So, we should maybe,
That's what this policy's for. When they come
Right.
complaining about their mailbox, you hand them this policy
Right.
and they can look at it and say,
Oh.
okay, I got a request for damages, yeah.
but don't you think we should tell people there's a new policy?
Isn't that
I don't know.
the standard policy that there always has been for the
No,
mailbox?
it changed a little bit, I think. There hasn't been one,
Well, it's
has there?
never been a real policy. If you like somebody and you smash their mailbox, well, you'd buy them one. If you smash somebody's mailbox and they weren't liked, well, you didn't replace it. I think you gotta do the same for everybody.
I think so
Not
too.
just-
I
not just
agree.
Not the buddy system.
Well, don't stop
my
smashing the mailboxes.
I like that idea. I think
Go
everybody's
plow.
fair.
You go hop
Oh,
and plow truck, see how much fun it is.
Oh my God.
Some of them mailboxes are out,
Roll your
sticking out in
eyes.
the road.
Well, 2 o'clock in the
I
morning
know.
plowing, see how many things you have to
You
travel.
invite me out at 2 o'clock to plow?
We can.
I will, I'd love to.
You drive.
Our new plow truck, have anyone heard if that's done or close to being done?
Must
or-
be.
I haven't heard nothing.
First of next month, they're telling me.
September, wasn't it, they said originally? Yeah.
Yeah. So when everything's done except for the dump.
Pass
They're waiting for the dump.
that down to. I went and see him there after the last meeting and
The,
he still claims it's
Jackson's?
assault. Mr. Jackson.
Jackson?
Still claims that assault did it, but that's when all the other neighbors up the road from him, they all got shrubs and they're still alive.
So is that?
He
It's in the
was
policy.
happy that somebody
Hasn't
stopped
been
him
passed yet.
compared to, it's been done before in the past, to let them know, but, he's not happy with the results of what's coming out of it.
Is he gonna do something about it? Is that what it
No.
said? Okay, then.
No, he said he'll leave it be the way it is.
That's the invoice for repairing the shrubs.
Oh, that's the one you had
Yeah.
last week, oh, okay.
Right. Yeah, he said he already paid it.
Okay, we didn't finish talking about this, what are we
Oh.
gonna do?
Well, what are we gonna do?
I think we should adopt it, just
Right.
circle the misspelled words and have them fixed. And
I do have to ask a question.
We can
Even the
adopt
day
it
of the week
before we
makes a
do that.
difference in the snow plowing?
I would say.
I looked at it, I don't see anything wrong with it. It looks like
No, I just
one
had a
that's
question,
already
like,
been done by
what's the day
another
of the week
town
I'm
too,
doing it?
right? And other people, some of this wording
Yeah.
seems to be,
No, so it looks good to me too. Like you said, just a couple of spelling errors, but those are just typos.
Okay,
I love
someone wanna
typos,
make a
sometimes they're
motion
so
to
funny.
accept it?
I'll make a motion to accept it.
Somebody wanna second it?
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
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 we're gonna sign it tonight, you gotta,
Yeah, you want me to start with this
Yeah.
one?
better start, we don't know when it's gonna start snowing.
Soon, yeah.
Well, we can also say that it'll be posted at the town hall if anybody wants to read it.
Yeah.
Did,
I can,
Put it online.
I'll have Kylie email me a copy of it and I'll put it online too.
Did you,
That'd
find
be
out
the thing
anything
to
from
put it on.
Gray's,
Yeah.
paving, or?
What's that?
Did you find out anything from Gray's, paving there? You said you were gonna go up and,
I'm gonna see him this weekend.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him now.
You ain't gonna have enough time this weekend.
No, you're not gonna do anything this weekend.
He's coming to my wedding, so I'm
Oh,
gonna
he's coming to your wedding, all right, and you're gonna talk
You're gonna
about
talk
that. Okay.
I did want to mention, remember last meeting we talked a little bit about getting bids on oil?
Yeah, she was, Sherry was supposed to look into it, but
I
She
did.
you did. I was
Yeah.
gonna ask you that.
I've talked to all 4 companies. I've got one bid back in from SB Collins so far. The other ones are gonna be emailing me, they just haven't yet. And I explained, because some of the companies like, well, which way do you want us to bid? A lock-in price, which is a little bit more expensive, but you pay most of it up front, half of it up front, then you pay the rest throughout the winter. The other one is so much over rack price. SB Collins, I feel like it's their sealed bids, so I really don't want to say too much out front. But I asked them to do both, and that way we can be comparing apples to apples.
Yeah, it was over rack last time, I think.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's how most of them are probably going to go because it makes
Did
the
you
most
set a
sense.
deadline for the, I know I was talking to Leo the other day, he asked me, he said, are you gonna bid it out? And I said, yeah, I'm pretty sure we are.
Yeah, we are, and
And-
like I said, I talked to
Cause
the
they have
place
to
over the
order.
mountain. She said they usually don't come over this way, but they made for a bigger account.
But remember,
So
if we need maintenance,
right, and I also talked about tanks, that we need tanks
or
because we
even
have
if it
somebody
breaks
else's
down,
tanks.
something breaks
Yeah,
down.
Mercy
Right.
do our clean-ins and everything anyway, right?
Right, right, but in the middle, yeah, I
SB
suppose he
Collins
would
said
come anyway.
that they would maintain the tanks and that they would put
I was
in new
gonna say,
tanks
those
with a
tanks over there
regulator.
are Blue Ends
Yes, they
tanks.
are.
Blue Ends would, if they don't get the bid, Blue Ends would pull the
They
tanks
will.
and
Yeah,
they'd have to
but
bring
and
their
everyone
what,
is
own.
$1,000,
getting back to me, they're
$2,000?
sending me an email.
I just, for me,
also McAllister's.
I thought about it and it's like, if we save, I know what we pay for fuel now, it's 15 to 18 cents above cost. So if they pump 1,000 gallons of fuel, they're making $150 or $180. That's not a lot of money
No,
to go from building to building to building.
yeah,
Is it really worth saving 3 cents or 1 cent a gallon to have someone who doesn't live in Richford come to Richford and pump our
that
fuel?
was our argument when we,
We're trying to keep, I mean,
yes, business in
local
town.
business is
Yep.
what we're trying to support.
Yep.
I know we're getting sealed bids and I just don't know if it's really worth making a switch to save
Right.
pennies.
We don't have to take the lowest one, we can do anything we want.
You don't have to
Right.
change,
You don't
if somebody's
have to.
keeping them honest, they're all
Right.
bidding.
Yeah, let them all bid
Decent
against
And I
each
price.
other.
think that's
Right,
what,
that
I
we
think
can make
that's
a
what we're
decision
trying to
after,
do.
Let
after
them
we open
bid.
the bids up.
I just want everyone to think of it that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we thought of when we got it the way it is now, that's exactly what our thinking was, it's
Yeah.
local, was
But we
a
still,
penny or
I
something.
think to keep, like he was saying, to keep everybody on board is by putting
Well,
it
it
out
keeps
to
them
bid
honest.
every
Yeah, it
year.
keeps them honest.
Or putting out to bid every other year, and that way you've got people. And then you go from there. Is it worth an extra $100 savings if you're taking the business over the mountain versus local? No, that wouldn't be much of a savings, and it wouldn't be
Right.
worth it taking the business out of town.
Well, and did you get separate bids for the fuel and the, what do you call it, over the road, what do you call it?
It's diesel, yeah, the diesel and the
So
fuel,
did you do
fuel
two
oil.
bids, cause you don't have to get it both from the same person, because we don't now.
Well, they'll break
Right.
it up separate. Your,
Right.
They are, they're
Right.
telling me
Because
how
now we
much.
do blue ones and.
Your
the
fuel
balls.
oil is going to be a different price
Right.
than your.
Yep,
Right, so
And that's
we
what
don't
they're
have,
doing.
what I'm saying is you don't have to buy it all from the same person.
Right.
You can do,
yep, they're sending me, yep,
Okay, I just want to make sure everyone looks at it that way.
yeah,
yep.
we did.
Nope, we do, I do.
Police. We already talked about police. Jock, you didn't have nothing else? You good?
No, I'm all set.
Who stole my pen? Is that my pen? Give me that.
I got my own, I can't use
We'll,
it.
we'll get to, Brian later there, right?
Bethany asked us today about easements on the Combs Road culvert. Have we got them
Right.
back yet, or are we still waiting on
Still
the
waiting for the
one
one from,
from the guy from California?
Washington State, yeah. I haven't heard anything. I was gonna call the lawyer today and I just
Is
didn't
there
find the time.
Is there a time limit on that grant?
Probably.
Are we gonna be
Yeah.
good?
The contractor wants to start the 1st of September after Labor
2
Day,
weeks.
so, yeah. I'd like
Do you
to-
want me to send an email to Michael Gahn tomorrow?
You can, I was gonna call him, but.
Well, we can both do it if you want, and remind him. So this is the Corliss Road?
No.
No.
Combs Road.
Combs Road.
Combs Road culvert.
Combs Road culvert easement.
Adam Gertel's the guy's name.
How do you spell that last name?
I don't know. G-U-R-T.
Gertel?
Gertel.
I would say it's that. Combs Road culvert easement.
GURTEL.
The other one supposedly is signed, because I've talked to the guy 2 or 3 times now.
So you only needed 2.
Only needed 2 on that culvert.
I'll just send him an
hoping
email,
one-
tell him we have to have it. I say,
Well, he
Michael.
can't, it's out of his control.
Oh,
He
it
can
is,
always
'cause
write
the other
letters
guy-
and have to, you know, if the guy's in Europe on vacation, who knows? I don't know.
go ahead
It's
and
just
do
a
it.
scenario, but
Guy ever been here? In his
I
life?
think to buy the land, basically.
Oh, I doubt it. I think it went over the,
I don't know.
Unless he just got pictures off satellite.
that's the trophy
I
property.
did
It's in his
mention,
best interest to do it because it's helping access to his land, but
true.
I'll let you know tomorrow.
probably may not be a big issue in his life, who knows? but
I'm sure it's
send a
not.
letter.
I'm sure it's not. I can call him because I know you're busy, and then I can just tell you tomorrow what Michael
Okay.
says. I don't know.
Okay. Recognize the guests, we start here and go this way.
I'm just visiting.
Claire and Kristen Jeweler, they're up at 21 Elm Ave. Just want to get involved in the town.
Good.
So, you know, they moved to Richford because they, you know, because they want to be here and be involved. So,
Great.
Where's 21 Elm Ave? Is that
The one we
house
sold.
you
Big
Yeah.
brother, yeah, we got off you guys.
Yeah.
You got your hands full there, don't you?
I grew up in that house. I love that house.
Yeah,
It's a nice old
Yeah.
house.
you know, we don't make it look like it used to.
No, it doesn't look like it did back in the day, but
No.
you're gonna bring it back.
We'll try.
That's the hope.
That's the
Do what
hope.
we can do,
That's awesome.
Good.
I love old houses, big old houses.
Brian,
Brian Grand Champ, 93 North Ave.
you might as well have a seat because we know you got all kinds of stuff for us.
Somebody's gotta start in the town somewhere, right? Well, the main issue is the water from the men up above. Not perimeter drains from my house going out into the street, like someone else a couple of years ago had done. It comes down North Ave on my side, and then it comes down North Ave over on Brenda and Bob Callan's side. So where the sidewalk comes, they'd put pavement on the end of the sidewalk, so it's diverting the water from going into the catch basin by Bob and Brenda Callan's on the corner of Dewey and North Ave. So when the water comes pouring down through, it gets kicked across the road and they both divert by my driveway. And it just floods my driveway.
It doesn't go in the manhole.
No, I got pictures, I'll see them.
Blacktop's too high.
Yeah, because they put a taper on the sidewalk and into the roadway.
It could
So
be
when the
cut.
water comes down on that side, it gets diverted. There's a little swale right there past the culvert.
It's simple.
About quarter of the way through North Ave. There's a little swale in the road where they blended the pavement together. So it gets kicked across, so when the water's coming down on my side, it just, you know, I mean, these big downpours that we get. So it just floods my driveway out. And that's why if I park my truck in my driveway any length of time, it just sinks. Because there's so much water there, it's just,
That section of blacktop wouldn't interfere with the traffic. It could be cut right out of there so that the water can go into that catch basin
yeah.
because it's right next to the sidewalk.
And the catch basin itself should be, there's so much growth around it that when it comes down Dewey Street and North Ave, it's just, there's so much leaves and grass, you know, grow around the backside of it. I think it should have a pavement on
I'm
it.
talking one right on Bob and Brenda's.
Yeah, it
Right
should
on
be,
the end of their lawn.
Right on
yeah,
the
it should
corner.
be paved like around the back side of it, you know, so when the water does hit, it's gonna, you know, and go into it instead of, you know, the grass interfering with it.
How long has it been doing that for?
I've been there 14 years. I've
He's
been
talked
doing
about it before.
Oh, being eroded? Well, the grass is starting. I remember last time we had that storm, I stood there and took some pictures from my porch. And then when it quit, I went over and half of the catch basin was covered in grass and then some leaves built up. And I went over and literally pulled some of it away so the water could get in there, but not a lot of water is going into it because of that pavement.
No, but how long has the pavement been repaved like that where it's wrong?
Well, since they did Dewey Street, what, 3 years ago?
And before that, it wasn't a problem.
Well, it was, but it's because that other catch basin that they got there, it's up too high. Going on the end of North Ave in Dewey. Remember, it used to have a steel grate
Down
on
in the
it.
street.
Yeah, that one is
Yeah, it
close.
had a steel grate over top of it for years. Because I remember the town would catch it with a plow and then I'd push it back with my plow. And I didn't want anybody falling in it because I didn't have nothing there. Well, then they put a grate over it. So, and it's way too high. Water don't even get near it. Now, I mean, if there was a way that they could cut some of that down to catch some of the water from, you know, like Dewey Street, just try to prevent the water. But I brought this topic up for years and ain't got nowhere.
We weren't here years ago.
Well, I mean, and,
So what are you gonna do about it now?
Wow.
for instance, you know, I mean, there was another thing that on North Ave that they did here a couple years ago. Someone's catch basin and their perimeter drain was running out into the road. Well, they went and sliced down through that brand new pavement that we just put down through there and put a pipe to the catch basin for this other person.
Out of their basement.
Yeah. I mean, that ain't act of God. I mean, I'm making a great about act of God, you know, water running down the roadway. You know, it's not coming out
You're
of my...
talking about those pipes that stick out all the way down the street? That
No, this was off
this
someone
is
else's
another
property.
one? Oh,
This
okay.
was their sewer drain, right?
Right,
Their
because we
sump
looked at
pump.
those and there were
Sump
pipes,
pump, yeah.
there were
That we-
pipes coming out that were there for 100 years that,
Yeah.
okay, those
But
aren't what you're talking about.
No,
Okay.
that we tied in and ran down to a catch basin because water was coming out of their basement onto the,
Yeah, I remember, I
Oh,
went up and looked
Basically
at it.
icing the road up down through where.
yeah.
Right,
Well,
I know, I know. We
It
went
should have been the
look.
town's.
No.
It should have been his. But we went and cut through that brand new pavement we just put in.
Right.
But we can't get a catch basin on the opposite side of North Ave to catch the water.
But doesn't the state have to let us have catch basins?
The reason why you can't put
Well,
catch basin on.
we already have the catch basin, it just don't
Right.
work.
Sounds like it's too high or needs some work.
Right.
The ground doesn't grade to it, it's, you know, you can have the catch basin,
It's
but
not.
if the catch basin's higher than where the water's flowing, then
Not
it's
gonna
not
work.
gonna
It's
run
gonna
into
go to the
it.
lower.
Basically what it is the road crowns and then starting up by Pigeons, it comes down. So it runs down on my side and it runs down on the opposite side when we get these big heavy downpours. There's nothing to control it from that area down. There's not a catch basin
There's
up there.
no, the only catch
Nothing.
basin's way down at the end. There's
No,
nothing
down-
part way out.
Yeah, by Bob and Brenda Collins. I mean, there should be at least one more up that roadway. You know, to slow it down.
Is that road being repaved anytime soon?
No,
No.
It's all
but,
fairly new,
but
right?
at the end of the sidewalk, the catch basin on the corner, that one there wouldn't interfere with the traffic, you know, to make it have a bump there if it was dug down so that the water can go into that one.
I'm assuming
Yeah.
that one could probably be lowered or something. I don't know. I'd have to look
Could
at
we
it.
just
And
take
then-
the top off it and cut, are those steel in the ground or are they concrete?
It's
Well,
concrete.
there's all different types. Some are
Yeah.
brick, some are
Yeah.
concrete, some are poured in place. There's a lot of
If
different
they're steel,
scenarios.
you could just cut it, right, and then lower everything.
I think that one is bricks, concrete and brick, because I remember once the cover was somewhat off and it's steel cover. And I went over and pushed it back on my plow and I remember seeing some brick. Basically what they do is that they're concrete, then they brick them up and put the steel ring on it.
Yeah.
We're trying to get away from the brick because the brick
Yeah.
doesn't last.
No.
We buy concrete risers, you can get inch, inch and a half, 2 inch. You can
Yeah.
get whatever heights you need.
Now they do, yeah, but before they used to put bricks underneath them to bring them up to the heights where they wanted them.
Yeah. The
So maybe that's
bricks, the
something you
bricks
guys can
don't.
look
No.
into,
Oh, I can look at it.
look at both of them,
I
both
didn't
those catch
realize
basins.
exactly what the problem was. At one point, Jock came and got me and
Yeah,
said there was a water problem there, and we went and looked, and I couldn't really figure out what the deal was.
Like,
So if you
I
actually
haven't
have
been there
pictures.
actually and watched
Yeah.
it when it was raining, so.
Yeah, if you have
I
pictures,
guess, like I say,
I could actually show them and give them the
Is
grade.
it's not your front driveway onto the street that gets flooded, it's your side one?
the side one too. And as Jacques was saying that, well, it runs down Marks Road. Well, if I was property owner of that road, and Jacques was saying that, well, Marks should have his own catch basins. Well, it should be, the town should be stopping that water before it gets to someone's road, correct?
No, I don't see really why.
I mean,
Water runs downhill.
yeah.
There's never been a catch basin system along in there. That street was something he put in. It should have been put in with catch basins and stuff at the time, I would think.
On the beginning of his road.
It is, and all the way down through it.
You should
Yeah.
have
You know,
put them, though.
either catch basins or
'cause he
ditches
built
and
the road.
culverts, you know.
Yeah, it's
Right
based.
now, it's just water running across the driveways with a swale in the driveway. There's no culverts,
Yeah, no culverts, nothing.
No
nothing.
drainage.
Yeah, I don't see why it's our
No.
issue.
But it's,
We don't plow that street, do we?
No.
No.
No, Mark owns it.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying, it's not our,
yeah, he hasn't handed it over to the town yet because probably
you're gonna
doesn't meet,
take it, or
because it doesn't
Not
meet,
like that.
it doesn't meet the specs.
well, I don't think we need anybody's.
I was standing on my porch, holding my phone up.
The
That's
catch
catch
basin's over in here. There's one there, but that one's
Yeah.
high where it doesn't get it.
Yeah.
I know that one's high.
And
You
then
can
one
see
over
it.
there.
There's one around the corner right here.
Oh, it's on the grass right there.
Yeah,
Is that
on
where
the
that
other.
one is?
I think I I'll look, I'll see if I got another picture. I think I took another picture
Is that the
of the,
no,
I
that's the
think it's
sidewalk.
around the corner. The catch basin, you can't really see in the, where it's
Okay.
taken.
So it's all puddling here, didn't make it to that one, and it's not
Looks like
going
it's
this way.
all here and the catch basin's probably
Yeah.
high.
I think I
I
got
can check it out.
another picture of somewhere where,
Just set up, shoot rate and see what the heights are, couldn't you?
Well, we ain't got anything shoot right yet.
yeah, right here. See where the pavement is on that sidewalk? Where it's diverting it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right here.
Yeah, see if they were just to grind that,
Yeah.
just a swale, so when it comes
Right.
down, it's gonna,
They'll
you
catch
know,
it, they'll catch
make
a lot of it.
make a turn.
Why is that even there? Just a ramp to get up onto the sidewalk?
Yeah.
Handicap.
they weren't thinking
Yeah.
of the catch basin when they put the ramp for the sidewalk, but look.
See, and actually it comes down, see where there's a little swale right there, and that's where it comes across.
So it's diverting that whole street right to your driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it comes down
I'd have an issue.
my side.
That a river?
Yeah. Yeah, that's North Avenue and Dewey River that they join right here together. See, this is the end of my driveway. That's why I don't use it anymore. I park there 3 days and it rains. I go out and my truck's sitting in probably 3-4 inches of water and it makes big swales in my driveway. So I don't use that anymore. And Johnny decided to put speed bump.
At the end of it.
Yeah, yeah. And he said, well, if I didn't do it, he'd come back with another layer. I said, do you want a speed bump at the end of your driveway? Going in every night?
I have one.
Yeah. I said, you know what? I said, I travel enough in that truck with that job trailer behind me. I don't need more speed bumps when I get home.
I get, Sherry, holy shit, slow down.
So, what are you gonna do?
Well, I have to take a look at it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna take a look,
See
that's
what
how
we
we're
can
gonna
do.
do, okay.
Let's see
Yeah.
what-
Something that
we'll
should
take,
be addressed, but
Yeah.
So
I think
Doug
these
will
guys
take a
will
look.
care of it.
We'll see how much blacktop we can chew up to detour the water the other way.
Then you'll have everybody down that way complaining.
No, to put it to the catch basins, to lower a catch basin maybe.
Then the other thing if that don't work, the other thing I said is would have to raise your sidewalk.
Okay, so you're telling him you're gonna do that, cause I'm putting this in the
No.
notes, okay.
The other
I
thing I
don't see
said,
where
if that don't work,
that's in a budget when that money could be allocated for a sidewalk that needs to be fixed.
I think
Well,
when you
you-
get the water to go to the catch basins, the problem will be solved.
Well, it's
Yeah.
kind of nice if the catch basins do take the water, which is a lot of them that don't.
Yeah.
Thing is, frost action moves and the catch
Uh-huh.
basin, things change every
Yeah,
year.
oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, let's take a look at it and
Okay, so I'm gonna put that in
See
here.
if it's an easier fix.
see what can
Yeah.
be fixed.
Once it's in here, Chuck,
Yeah,
that has to happen.
okay.
Okay,
Um,
so I'm careful what I write.
Anita, you guys have anything?
I've actually had to present a few things that we've been doing in the ambulance.
Okay, but
Is it executive or is it regular?
Not the
I'll wait
regular
till I get to you then. I just was seeing if anyone had anything they needed, but I gotta go back. Me and you forgot something. He made me think of it. We were supposed to talk about that water going down Ronnie and,
Oh, the culvert crossing his thing?
yeah,
Well, somebody complained to me
Remember,
about that today.
Yeah.
what's his name?
Oh,
Guy Charbonneau.
Yep.
Shelter.
Ronnie Shelter and
Guy
Guy
Charbonneau.
Charbonneau, that
Yeah.
ditch.
Yeah,
You know a little bit about that?
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
Ronnie talked to us out
right.
here, Jock and I, one day.
yeah,
As far as the culvert crossing the road, I would say that's definitely ours, but once it gets across the road and onto their lawn, I don't know what jurisdiction we have out there digging there.
I thought we'd done this before many times.
So all of our water coming down, if you go past
Yeah.
South Main and you're
Yeah.
going down towards the
Yeah.
Pinnacle,
I talked
all
about-
that water that comes down through there goes into a ditch.
He said there
Yeah.
used to be a catch basin on that corner.
yeah, there was,
I don't know
Yeah.
if there was or not.
Yeah, he said they took it out when they
when they redid the street.
redid that. So now
What
that,
they redid for the car wash, you mean? That area?
No, I don't think it was
just
at that time.
before that, when they
was-
paved before that.
Okay,
Right,
So now the water goes in a ditch, follows.
right.
and the ditch
Turns
ain't,
90 degrees. It comes down South Main Street, turns 90 degrees, and comes
Is there
down
a
Maple
culvert?
Street, and then it turns 90 degrees again
Yeah.
and goes under the road.
It
sometimes.
goes under the road and then it comes out on Ronnie and.
On their
and-
backside, because
And then
Paulette
goes for
was
the
saying,
Pinnacle.
it goes by the
Paulette.
Pinnacle,
Yes.
because now that's all considered wetland behind there,
Right.
and it never used to be, it was all dry back there, now it's considered wetland, so nothing can be filled back there anymore, because now it's wetlands,
I remember when I came, yeah, there was a,
because of those
was
changes.
a catch basin there.
It was right on the
Yeah.
corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was.
Once he told me.
To be honest, I think I
that,
remember
was
following
like,
on
I
that
do
when I was a
remember
kid.
that.
Yeah.
Right by the stop
Stop
sign.
sign.
there
We used to
was
go
a
down to
big
Gary
basin.
Snyder's
Yeah.
store,
Now all
I
that
remember
water
tripping over
comes
that
down
freaking thing.
and
I
goes
was
down the
11.
ditch,
there.
under the road and goes across Ronnie and.
And
If there was
Ronnie
a catch
said-
basin there, it must have went from there over across to Shane
105.
Greenwood's
In front of the
driveway
brown
culvert-
trailer,
Driveway culvert there.
That's
I would
where I
think
think
that would
it
be
used
the
to go.
only place it could
Yep.
go.
right,
because there used
That
to be a
means
bigger
digging
ditch
up-
on that
They go on
side.
the left side of
Right.
105, down on the elementary school side,
Yep.
down through that
Left side
ditch.
going out of town.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's what it used to do.
It is, 'cause that
Assuming
used to
that's
be
the
all
only
wet
place
down
it
through
could
there.
go unless it went
the
out
bottom.
on private land. So
well, Ronnie said when the stream is too high, it jumps over the road, goes down his driveway, then in his cellar.
Pretty much.
Oh, well, we.
No, if
Pretty
there's
much
too
happens
much water,
most
if
of it,
there's,
we
yeah.
had a water break there years ago.
Yeah, it
We
wasn't
paid
that long
something,
ago.
so-
Right,
yeah, 3-4
Cost
years
a
ago.
lot of money.
Well,
Wow.
Guy was saying that he used to be able to weed whack that
Yeah.
ditch all the way down through there.
well,
He
he used to
said
be
now
able to
you
mow it
can't
with a
even-
push mower and
No.
Can't even
Now
get
you
5
can't.
feet from it. You're sinking her up to your knees.
Well, what can we do about it? Can we do anything about it?
well, like the told Guy, I said we can stone line it. He kinda wanted culverts all the way, but that's too expensive.
That's not gonna solve the problem if it's, can't take the water now and it
Well,
jumps the
no, it ain't
road.
gonna solve the problem on the corner, but it'll solve the problem from their lawns to
Well,
be,
the only thing you could do to keep it from jumping the road is dig it deeper.
Deeper,
and
yeah.
put a bigger culvert under the road to get it over to that side. But I mean, at that point, you're.
Yeah.
might as
But
well
then
put
you're
another
gonna be
catch
having an
basin
issue
back.
because it goes behind the Pinnacle and it goes
I
down
don't
to
know why
that
they
yellow
would ever
house.
taken that one out.
Can you put
There
it
was
back
one
in
there.
without
Can
a
you
lot
put
of
it-
trouble? Can you put
Well,
it
you
back
gotta
in?
dig across South Main Street on a diagonal with water and sewer lines in there.
I don't know how badly it's.
I don't know why they would have ever taken it out.
Yeah, right.
There was one. I don't really remember one there for sure. It
Was there a
looks
long
like there
time
should have
ago?
been one there
I can't
maybe.
I think I remember seeing one there. After
I'm
you told
almost
me, I was like,
positive.
yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
Well, it looks like there ought to be one there. You would visualize one there, but I don't know if there ever was.
Who would know?
well, I do
Gary
remember
Shelford?
that
Gary
there was
Shelford
one
would
there.
know.
You remember? I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I tripped over that going down to Snyder's, but
I
I-
ever tried going through there.
But where it emptied out, I don't know where it is.
Jumps. Well, I know where that is terrible. Digging that deeper, you have cars piled
Well,
up
that
there
road
using
wasn't as
fill.
big as what it was when I was a kid.
You're right.
And I'm thinking it went down in front of the brown trailer
Yes,
across the road,
across.
and it was ditched.
That's,
And then they had the culvert under their driveway, because there was a deep ditch on each side of their
Yeah.
driveway.
that's,
If I
Still a
remember
culvert
correctly.
driveway in there, in
Yeah,
this ditch there.
So are we,
they had to empty out on that
Have to
side.
investigate that too, I guess.
Yeah. I just wanted to bring it up
Yeah.
because we forgot it.
yeah.
Okay. So I guess that's it for guest Anita.
Oh, sorry. So, you know, I'm always, so we're a little short on our, short-handed on our help. And I put an ad in today with Vermont, Jobs in Vermont. It's free. And there's some guidance on this. So I put, if you wanna just pass it around. So I put this in Jobs in Vermont. Hopefully, we can get some people who already are EMTs on the team, so. And I made sure it said volunteer. I worked on, yes. I did an aging report, and I actually ended up billing out for last week just for Medicaid and private insurance. I billed out in past, rebuild about $40,000 worth. I haven't even touched the Medicare yet, which is quite a bit more.
are they slow to pay?
No,
No?
no, they're not. That's why if it's been, this is,
Specify though that that's old stuff that
yeah.
never got
well,
taken care of
Oh, this is
before.
like in addition to what?
yes, this is,
Yeah.
well, the
Why wasn't it
Medicare,
billed?
It was probably
it
billed, but
maybe
there might
was,
have been a
but-
mistake and it wasn't.
I don't
Could have
know.
a wrong
Paid,
code
it's
on
kicked
it.
back.
One of the
Yeah.
Could
codes
have
have
had
been
the wrong
wrong.
code.
And
I
if
have-
they kick it out and don't send it back to you,
Be
right?
nice if we get it,
Well,
yeah.
in Medicare, every, well, it's over 60 days, it's over, I only go by what's over 60
Right.
days. I give them a chance to pay it, and I check to see if they have record of it. If they don't, then I rebill it. But a lot of it is on the, of course, actually a lot of Medicare that's not left over that wasn't paid. There was the original bills. A lot of it's what should have been, most of these are usually Medicaid, so this is my next step, is to work on this to see what's going on with that. You know, we have a few of them that were from 2018 in November, which of course I knew they were gonna deny because it's over 6 months. So, but the thing is, I had to go through the process, let them deny it, then I gotta appeal it. We have some new people. We have Ryan Anderson, who's starting this weekend, and he's taking a full 24-hour shift. Joey's gonna run with him to introduce him, get him acclimated.
What day is he taking? Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah, so we have a full crew for the weekend.
Good.
Okay, and I did up, because we have several people who want to take the EMT class coming up. It's EMR 2 EMT class coming up in October. And one of them is being Jody Raymond. I think she's a great candidate. She has a medical background. But we had talked about paying their tuition, but we can get reimbursed 50%. And this is, I just did up an agreement, which I thought would be good, because we talked about having them reimbursed like on a weekly basis, and then after 2 years, they could get reimbursed that amount. So I don't know if you wanted to pass it around, I worked on that agreement, and I did a new application for
Look at it
membership.
after.
Yeah, so anyone just gonna leave this out, so if anyone wants to review it, I'll leave it on the table. So, Josh has been hurt, so we're a little short-handed for a couple more weeks. He says his doctor notes that he's gonna follow up on September 6th. So we have a few shifts here. I spoke with Enosburg, and we've been working with Enosburg on helping to cover these up. I sent Scott an email to see if there was anyone who wasn't scheduled at their station who might want to do some extra time, maybe work, because Tim would work some of these shifts, and maybe we could pair them up and they could get paid them. I haven't heard back. I did that today and I hadn't heard back. And
I heard that Layla's want to take more shifts.
yes, I did send her an email as well, and I sent her a text message, so I'm just waiting to hear back from you.
Told me that at the pharmacy. They said, oh, she's
Yes.
cutting back here. She wants to take more.
Yeah.
I said, wow,
Yeah,
good.
yeah, she said that they reduced her hours.
Yeah,
I really like her.
yeah.
Yes.
I ran with her in
Yes.
Enosburg on Saturday, we did 3 calls, she's great at,
You did 3 calls with her?
in Enosburg.
Oh, it is.
And yesterday we did 1 call, she drove, I took her up for an hour riding around Richford. And I let her drive, we did some driver training when we were on. We did a call from Our Ladies down, she drove both ways, she's ready. Seriously,
Nice.
Yeah.
she drives really
Seems quite
nicely,
professional.
her driving is smooth, she's pretty good, she's ready.
I like her.
And I've been on a couple runs, and I intend to
You've
go
been
on some
on?
more. I've been on a couple, yeah.
How's it going?
Oh, he cracks the whip and.
Yeah.
That's just
Got a
good.
sucker working the other night, last night.
He did. I wasn't really prepared because I thought I was just gonna do a ride along, but actually that was good and
Yeah.
I'll be prepared
That's how you do it. You
for
gotta
it.
do
We're
it
gonna do
all.
it that way. And I think for, you see, I submitted my class, so we'll be getting 50% from the
Back to
district.
back.
And they keep, the district keeps saying they have a lot of money, so if we have more trainees, I'll see if.
Nice.
Want to
They'll
get
pay-
involved with the community, did you say?
Wanna be an EMT? That's for extra money.
So the district gets a grant every year,
Right.
Yeah.
percentage for training, and then they can use it where they see fit.
Jeremy's like, I should go in to do the implants. I said, Jeremy,
There's
you
no
always pass
time.
out a side of blood. How are you gonna do that? He goes, oh, you're right.
So anyway, my goal is to try to get some more
Loves
people
to
in
help
here
people
who
out.
are already trained. Because these people going
Yeah.
to class are not gonna be ready to what, February, right?
Right,
Yes, at
exactly.
least.
Right.
Yeah,
But it's a
so
start.
it's
We're
a
getting
start,
there.
but the things we are stepping forward. For relicensing, I have to turn that in September, and that's pretty much done. We're just working on credentialing and making sure I have a system in place for that to, just to make sure everyone's up to par to where they should be. And that was about all I have. And Terry Leonard's almost done with her infection control plan as well.
Good.
She's our infection control officer.
Yeah.
And and also I'm doing the volunteer handbook for the ambulance, which is about 174 pages, because there's a lot we need to include in that.
Yeah.
So I'm almost done with that.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
And I didn't forget about the shirts either. I just hadn't done it, but I'm going to
See,
go.
that's the shirt I got for the town. Is that something that you want or? do you want-
Jeannie's
What do you guys think?
Now, you get
Yeah, I know, you guys asked for green.
like that
You
material.
asked for green.
the polos.
They like the
He likes the polos.
I think the polos look a little more professional for
Yeah.
ambulance. Yeah.
But
They're-
that
That
company-
material, that
that
material
that's a
holds
nice-
up well, though.
But
Yes,
do they
you
make
can get
that?
Yes,
material.
that
You can get
company-
that material
Yes.
at Grizzly
In a polo.
in a polo, yeah, because I buy it from,
Well,
I think I pay $15.75 a shirt
They
leather.
do polos too. He comes by the garage
Yeah.
once in a while.
You know, if they had some polos in that
Down in
material, that
Yeah.
might be good. And actually, I'm thinking
Andy,
possibly,
green.
yeah.
They
She
should
could
have
possibly
That
getting
material holds up well, holds its shape well, and it
Yes.
stays clean well,
Yes.
and stays bright.
And it doesn't look too wrinkly.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
your brother-in-law cut all the shirts.
But I was thinking about
Yeah,
probably
he lives
maybe
near
getting a couple,
Amherstburg.
like maybe 2 different types, or maybe even, I'll get a few to have on hand. And then
I'm gonna go
when I
get
go to do
some
another
samples.
order, find
Yeah.
out what people
I
like.
haven't forgot. I just been busy.
So.
I'm gonna go.
After this weekend, not
Promises, promises.
No, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get it from Grizzly, and then I'm gonna go get some from Monica too.
Monica.
Good luck with her. I mean, I tried hard
Yeah.
for the ambulance station. I was 6 months in, ambulance or fire auxiliary for 6 months. I kept calling and leaving messages, and no one ever returned a phone call. But she was going through some stuff at the time. So, but then I finally went to Grizzly, and within 2 weeks I had everything in hand.
So
Votes.
just remember one thing when you go for, the screen printing's nice, but it won't hold up as well as embroidery will.
Right, embroidery is much
Yeah.
that
It
lasts
doesn't
longer.
feel heavier though, the embroidery?
No, because it's not filled. You get the no fill embroidery,
Yeah.
the center of the Star of Life is not filled in, and it's actually saves you money.
If you get them filled, they also too, when if they go in the fire, they kind of like to roll up.
Yeah, and they're much more expensive. Like I say, so to do the black ones, I get a little more like this is $15.75.
Polo.
Polo. That
With your
material.
name, with
That
your name.
this material.
Is that
No,
extra?
name,
That's
it's an
all
extra
extra.
$5.
Yeah.
Well, they have
For
to,
sure.
yeah, they have, I went to a district meeting, they have to have badges, but that's not gonna cost us anything. I gotta get all
So
their
you won't-
pictures and get them from
You don't have to worry about
Fairfax.
the names if the badge is
Yeah.
gonna be there for
Right.
the primary.
Yeah, we
Sure.
have to have badges. If we had a good point, we'll leave them in, make sure everyone has one, a box or whatever, inside the ambulance.
Yeah.
So they're always there. And I'll get two of each, so if someone misplaces theirs, I'll get
Right.
it back up. So if you lose one of
Where
them,
do you
let me
order
know.
them?
I just got to contact
State.
Fairfax ambulance.
They make
Oh, they
it free
make
of charge for
Free
the
of
district.
charge.
It's district's equipment.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
If they lose 2, they pay for the next one.
No, we don't pay for them, you just call
They're
them, say we
free.
need more, they'll send you more.
They're all free? Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they look like the hospital IDs, but they look like.
Nice
the
getting something for
nurses
free.
wear.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
Did
but,
you, did you get back that paper that they were passing around?
I have,
Right there.
yep, this is the, just for the, this is the ad for employment that I put
Yeah,
in.
I see it.
Yeah. That was the agreement. Okay, and so just getting, more people are coming, so I'm getting a couple more keys made for Ryan and
Where
just
does
have
he
one
live?
in Milton.
Oh, he's staying
But he's
24
staying,
hours.
staying for 24 hours.
Nice.
Yeah, we did get a futon for in there. I found one for $30.
How about the paint?
Marie said she would do it without a problem. We already talked about a color. I mentioned that nice tint of light gray, that new.
I did that in my living room. It looks really nice.
It's sharp, it's crisp, it's sharp. I'll
Did
give
we
it a
do it
look.
before we put the new furniture in, or is it already in?
It's already.
It's
in.
there, it's, yeah, it's fine.
Is the other chairs or anything else stuff gone? The other TV's
I'm
gone?
delivering the couch tomorrow, the one that
Okay.
we took out, I'm dropping it off to Layla, one of our members, she wants it.
Okay.
There's, whatever you guys are gonna do, there's 2 chairs that match it in there also.
Yep.
And then the old stretcher, we gotta clean up somewhere upstairs in that supply room and get that up there.
Yep.
For the firemen and the ambulance share.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, and it's hot in there for a person staying 24 hours, and I'm not using my air
Got a
conditioner. I brought down my air conditioner, I'm gonna use it because I've
And I'm
been
gonna
using
put it
it.
in either tomorrow or Friday.
Yeah.
Perfect,
In the window, and
perfect.
I'll put
It's
the
gonna be
bed
hot.
portion,
And-
look at the open.
Sky said the boys will go down and move that, take that shelf off the wall, so when Marie paints.
And then,
Is that something that's gonna stay out, or Marie mentioned that she could paint around it today?
well, I think it might
It
need
needs
to be
dropped.
moved for the,
Oh,
remember
okay.
the old TV you guys had here?
Mm-hmm.
We have the TV now at the station.
Yeah.
The TV that's on it belongs to Tim Pocket, so it's gonna go back to Timmy.
gonna
That
get
TV's gonna
brought
go
down.
up on that shelf, and I think the shelf's gonna come
So you
down.
wanna
Yeah.
take the shelf out, let her paint, and decide where it's gotta go and
Put it back
reinstall
if
it?
you could, yes.
Cause I asked her today if she had a key to get in, and
She
she
does.
said, well, she could probably paint around it, but
Yeah.
I didn't know what the issues were.
She's doing a really good job on the gazebo.
So we're putting this old TV that was in here in
Yeah,
there?
because our TV cooked.
But you know
Unless you wanna-
something? For $114 or $119,
You
you
can
can
buy
buy
a
a nice
It's up
little
to you guys,
Yeah.
whatever you want to do.
24 inch,
Flat screen would be-
32 inch.
That
This
thing
is a
is bulky
monster.
and huge.
That's what the
Yeah.
shelf's built for, though. That shelves from the old
Whatever.
TV that we
I still
have.
think
Okay.
To be honest,
get a
You guys'
nice, like,
choice.
you know,
I would like approval to
32
have one
small
purchased.
flat
This
screen
really
would be
isn't our
good.
business anyway. You
Yeah.
can do what you want, you guys. I mean, really,
Yeah.
you don't need to
Yeah.
take up time talking about TV.
I'll take the shelf down.
Perfect.
There you go. You take the shelf down, we got it.
So we're good on this,
Okay.
Where can we get rid of an old TV at? 'Cause there's
Yeah,
nothing
that's-
that's
Somebody takes them.
something to think
Ace
about.
used to take him, but I don't think he does anymore.
They don't
They
take
did,
them
they
anymore.
don't, they,
Montgomery at the solid waste
Right.
thing.
Okay.
No, there was this
Yeah, they cost
advertisement
money.
on TV tonight, I just haven't
Right.
seen it, I forgot where it was, but they're all computers and TVs that each town can take.
They
Yeah,
got different
yeah. Drop
locations,
off.
but there's no name.
Yeah,
There's the old
pay
ones.
attention on the next one.
yeah,
The old TVs are sitting on the floor.
Randy
yeah, and it
Montgomery
showed
back.
different areas in the northern Vermont here where they got
Right.
some, where you can
Somebody
take
brought
them.
a bunch back from here.
Maybe Casellas?
Alan, I
Yeah,
think.
Georgia,
Ask Alan where he took them.
Georgia
Now,
exit.
Joey, are you gonna be
Yeah, it's
around
Northwest Solid
Friday by
Waste.
chance?
Those guys.
In the evening.
What'd he say?
Okay, the evening.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
I
it might depend on which time you.
I was just thinking about getting up in that storage room
So
and
you got
getting
one
cleaned out
thing
some,
too.
and we can get that.
I'm on duty at 6 on
Right, so
Friday,
they
and the
might
rest
take
of the time I'm gonna be helping a friend move.
I can't take minutes if people are all gonna talk.
All right, let's move on. We need to
See
go
what else
in
I'm
an
doing.
executive session. You wanna go in
Yes.
executive
Yeah.
session for a
So
few
who's making the
minutes?
motion?
There's one thing I forgot to mention, talking to a guy on Thomas Street. There's all kinds of little kids riding around with their bikes down there, but, he goes, there's traffic over there, speeding. He's afraid some of them kids are gonna get hit. The sheriffs never go through there.
Where's Thomas Street?
Up at the other end, up
Or
above.
Mad Irons, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Across the street there.
Well,
and it's true, there's all
you don't
traffic
know
up
that he
and down
never
through
goes
there.
on there. He
Well,
might not
the
go by
guy-
there when the car's speeding. I mean,
Right.
I lived
but
on that street when I was a
still,
kid and we took our life in our hands when we rode
I
our
did too.
bikes.
Yeah, but back then, if you went to, somebody went too fast, your parent went outside and smacked
Oh,
them.
my father would, yeah. Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, he'd chase him
That
down.
doesn't happen
You
anymore.
can't do that anymore.
Oh, I know.
You can, but you get in trouble.
Exactly.
Make sure you get a ski mask on when you do it.
Yeah, that's, think of that too.
Just do it where there's no camera.
Oh my
Ski
goodness.
mask in your hoodie,
Okay,
right?
they were getting out of hand on our
Oh.
violence.
Where's your gavel?
Right there.
You want it? Order.
I'm not the chairman.
Oh, yeah, it needs to go down that, it needs to go down that way.
Someone needs to make a motion to go in
I'll make a
executive
motion to go in executive session.
All right, were you done with your, what you wanted to
Yes.
say? Okay.
What's this for, personnel?
Personnel.
Something?
I think somebody
Need a
will second
second.
it.
I've already seconded a couple different.
There's no
I'll do it
limit
again.
on how many you can.
All right.
Really enforcing everything here
She
today.
does all of the motions, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It wasn't his turn.
I know.
Pushing it along.
So,
We,
we eliminated the position. of-
yes,
Yeah.
That was the whole.
But what's the name of the position of the executive?
Team
session?
leader.
We eliminated the position of team leader. Did we vote that position in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you gotta vote it out.
I make a motion to vote it out.
Richford Ambulance Service.
Sherry first. Second?
I'll second.
Yeah.
Scott?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Unanimous?
Yep.
Okay.
Other business? Anyone have anything?
Thought you said you had some more, that's why we called people.
Well, I
Oh,
knew
okay.
that you were gonna have to put that in
Yeah,
the,
okay,
in the
got that.
minutes. I'm good. Everyone good?
I'm fine.
Okay. Adjourned.
I do have a question.
Wait a minute, you said you had some more, that's why, no, nobody
I
has
was just
did
gonna ask you
something?
about the TV for the fire department, or the ambulance station. I think we need to do that.
Yeah.
Actually, I could bring,
I just wanna go down, we'll buy a flat screen, just a small flat screen for down there.
We're good.